Okay, so Corey, do you have your fit ready for the wedding?
I do. It's just going to be like a light blue blazer, one that I've been wearing to my last few weddings. It's kind of been my go-to.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm fucking in the thing, so I got the drip.
"Quote unquote" in the thing.
I got the drip on like everyone. You know, I got the drip on.
Black tux. Is that just what everyone's wearing, Garrett?
Nope. Just you're gonna have to see.
They're
I'll be looking forward to that.
Gray and baby blue.
That picture of everyone. Wait, Sawyer, you're gone the whole weekend though. Like
Dude, it's fucked. My cousin's wedding is on the exact same day as Garrett's, and everyone's coming to my city. I just got my outfit for that wedding like yesterday from Men's Warehouse.
Oh, you in it?
I'm there. I'm there.
No, you in
it? Not really. No, I'm not doing anything significant.
Why'd you rent a tux if you're a guest?
I don't know. They just were very
maybe it's black tie. Is it black tie?
I think so because they're very formal about the attire. Because I was gonna wear like Jordan 1s or something, and they're like, "Nope, you got to get dress shoes." I'm like, oh.
Yeah, if it's black tie, you definitely gotta. I mean, you don't have to wear a tux, but it'd be nice to at least.
That's not the vibe.
Yeah,
no. I mean, black tie weddings are not ideal.
Okay,
is it outside?
No, I don't think it is.
There's
the free thing is outside.
Oh, okay. So there's gonna be good fresh air maxing there. Okay.
It's on the ocean, the water.
That's good.
Right on the water.
Wait. So we have the rehearsal thing Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, don't tell Alyssa, but you know, like, it's a big ask. It's a big ask. That's a big. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is a good one here. I've actually got incredibly good VAs just off of cold DMs. If they're DMing you on social media, it's a great sign that they want to work. It could be a bad sign that there's potentially a bunch of other sellers getting that same DM though. So Corey, you have a lot of experience. How would you treat this?
Yeah, Phil. So actually my current assistant who's been with me for over a year now, I found her on Twitter. I posted, I think just like, hey, I'm looking for an executive assistant. Who out there is good and organized, right? She DM'd me. I interviewed her, checked her resume. She checked out, and she's been so good ever since. Like,
do you have like a set of interview questions that you rattle off?
Not necessarily. I mean, that was the first time I'd ever hired like an EA, like executive assistant. So I was just more so concerned with like, how organized are you? How do you communicate, right? What systems can we set up for you to kind of support me? And that's kind of how we approached it.
That is a good question. I've been getting a lot of those recently, like at least one a week of someone being like, yo, I need work, like hire me.
Like VAs,
yeah. I haven't really considered any yet though.
The best was earlier, like I think it was on Monday. Was that on Monday where this dude was like, I'm in Pakistan.
It might have been Tuesday. It was so funny.
I don't think that was on Monday. I don't remember that.
No, he was like, I'm in Pakistan. How can I start with $500? And we basically said like you'd be better off probably like being a VA or doing a service business just with that type of capital and in a different country. And then it was like 527. He was like, how can I start Amazon OA with $500? I'm in Pakistan. And then at 520, he was like, I am VA. Please hire me.
What was really funny is I'm pretty sure we told him exactly what to say. Yeah. And then a couple minutes later, he was.
Yeah, literally. Like,
and then I'm pretty sure someone hired him on the call. Like same.
That's love.
Okay. Yeah, Phil. Give her the time of day, man. You know, she's clearly interested in working. You know, a big question a lot of people have with VAs though is how do you keep them from working for a bunch of other people? So how do you guys think of that?
So really, there's no way you can guarantee that they're not going to be working for other people. A buddy of mine who has a team of like 45 people in the Philippines said this the other day. He was like, it's not a matter of do they have another job? It's a matter of how many other jobs do they have? So I think that's kind of the mentality that you got to have. If you're hiring for online arbitrage, you can virtually guarantee they're going to be working for someone else if you're not hiring them full time, unless you have them for 40 hours a week. So if you're paying them any less than that or giving them any less hours than that, then expect them to be working for somebody else.
The thing is, though, you should be tracking and knowing what they're producing, right? You should be coding your SKUs and understand every single product that they contribute to the business, right? Because the result of that is you know exactly how much profit they're generating. And the fact of the matter is, if they're generating 2, 3, 4x what you're paying them, whether they are working for other people or not, I mean, they're still making you money at the end of the day.
Totally.
Right? So you can just simply code the SKUs that they purchase as with their initials or whatever, and then at the end of every month or however cadence you want to do it, just run a profit report of how much profit was generated by the products that they generated.
All about results for sure. And so Jordan Jones had a good question up here earlier. I want to make sure I cover that because it's a one a lot of people have. He said, can you tell me your opinion on 15% net profit for an item? What is the sad truth about margins when dealing with suppliers? Everyone thinks it'll be a home run every time. So 15% net profit. And when we say net profit, we're talking about profit after all of your operating expenses are factored in as well. 15% is very good. In terms of wholesale standard net margins, assuming you're taking a good salary and have reasonable operating expenses, are going to be between 5 and 8% net, right? So if you're making 15% net profit on an item, that is a home run.
And that's for wholesale, which tends to be a little bit lower margin, but more scalable. OA should be higher than that. RA could be way higher than that.
Yeah, totally.
How much work you're doing versus how much work you have delegated. How do I track my SKUs? Ian, when you list them, whether it's using a listing software or just Sawyer Central, add their name to each SKU so you know where they're coming there, so you know what items they source for you, basically. Okay, here we go. So even at 40 hours a week, they may be double billing and working for others, maybe sharing your leads with other OA buyers.
Yeah, that is possible. But at the end of the day, it is a risk that you take hiring someone from overseas to do this work for you. And at the end of the day, it's about results, right? So if the products they're finding are doing well, you're making money, and they're not 20 other sellers jumping on the listing telling you that they're selling those leads to someone else, then who cares, right?
Yep. I would take a look at your listings like every once in a while, just see if you see any like common sellers that are also on the same listings. If you see that they sent you 10 leads and 8 of them have this random seller on there, then you can kind of know that they're sending it to other people.
Or if they're like, there's a bunch of people hopping on the listing every single time.
Yeah.
Ultimately, the pulse of your employees is going to be their productivity, their profit. Are they or are they not contributing X amount of dollars, right? And Corey, what would you say is like a good rule of thumb for like the multiple? Isn't it like 4 or 5x what you're paying them? They should be kind of generating.
Oh, so I've actually never like heard of a multiple or talked about a multiple, but yeah, I mean, I would think, you know, if they're bringing products into your business that are going to profit you 3 or 4x more than what they cost in salary, then yeah, it's a no-brainer. And but the thing about VAs is that there are VAs out there that'll find you products that is like 10x what you're paying them or 20x what you're paying them, right?
If you train them right. If
you train them right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, they're not all built the same. And really the point is one good VA is worth, you know, 5 mediocre ones.
Yep.
So find that one and invest a lot of good time into training them.
And also pay attention to the KPIs that you set for them, right? I see a lot of people tracking and kind of auditing their VAs in regards to how many products they're finding, how many leads they're generating, right? And that's kind of like the wrong approach, right? We should be rewiring that mindset in terms of, again, how much profit they're generating, right? Because I don't care if they're generating 5 leads for you or 50 leads for you, right? If they are not generating X amount of profit per week or per month, then they're not doing a good job, right? And so that's just going to be tangibly like a way better way of tracking your KPIs. Give them a certain profit threshold to meet every single month, and their productivity is probably going to increase.
Definitely. And we have my admin VA is returning at least like 5 or 6x on my money just by doing reimbursements and like following up with retailers who shorted me on products. So it doesn't always have to be like them finding new leads. It could be them following up with reimbursements or doing something else to get that money back.
That's worse.
Or it could be them saving you X amount of hours per week, because if a VA can free up, say 5 to 10 hours per week for you, and you spend that 5 to 10 hours sourcing, finding profitable products, and your hourly rate for sourcing, let's say, is you make $1,000 an hour whenever you source, which is not unrealistic for people who are good at this, then you just made yourself an extra 5 to 10K, and they're probably costing you like, you know, like $1,000 a month. With that.
Yeah, let us know in the chat if Sawyer should get a low taper fee.
Low key with some spikes in the front, cut it down, come down clean on the sides.
Yeah, was really good.
No, that's the Corey look. That's the Corey look
Yeah.
with the curls.
Oh, this one's good too.
That's so funny.
That's worrisome if you get someone that can't be trusted. Well, you're not going to know. I mean, it's on you to get someone trustworthy with character. And it's going to, I mean, the very worst case scenario, oh no, you lose basically nothing. You lose $4 an hour to Japan, you know, and you're still learning new websites, you know. Is it possible to beat Amazon in the buy box? For sure. You just got to make sure, for whatever reason, certain listings you can, certain listings you can't. It's just looking at if other people are doing it. It's going to be the key with that.
Right, the truth serum for any sort of product that Amazon's on 100% of the time is that offer count, right?
Mm-hmm.
People wouldn't be oscillating up and down. The offer count would not be oscillating up and down if Amazon was truly and 100% owning that buy box, which a lot of times it shows. But we also have to understand that Keepa's not a live tracking tool. It's not 100% accurate to the second. There's going to be a lot of hours. There's going to be a lot of sales that they're missing, right? And so that's why that buy box rotation is not going to be 100% accurate. That's why the actual line on the chart is not going to be 100% accurate because Keepa can't generate that sort of information, right? So that offer count is ultimately going to be a single source of truth in terms of like how interesting or not interesting a product is going to be.
Yep.
Sawyer, how was Italy piece?
Man, that was the best trip we've ever done, like by far. That was super nice out there.
Where else you go besides Rome?
So we first flew into Rome. We were there for like 4 or 5 days. And then we took a train down to Naples. And there's a lot of like little things around there. So we did a day at like Pompeii and Amalfi Coast. We did a day in Capri. And those are like the main 4 spots that we visited. I'd say Capri was probably my favorite. And then some of those cities across the Amalfi Coast were just crazy beautiful. Like definitely want to go there at least like once a year, once every 2 years.
Cool.
Did you get some good grub?
Yes.
Gelato,
Pizza, pasta, gelato every day.
What is it? The pizza
Yeah.
isn't really like what it's here, is it? It's
No,
like,
I would say it's very different. Like a lot of it, we had to eat fork and knife. It's
There's no seed oils. Yeah, like it's made
It's
with
definitely
love.
way more natural. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
made with love. Yeah,
the
no seed oils.
mozzarella was so good. Like just the it's like buffalo mozzarella or
the
whatever.
sauce probably
It was
tastes
ridiculous.
so authentic.
Yeah, very very fresh.
Yeah,
Dope.
there's
So-
no ratchet people in the pizza place.
Yeah.
Yeah. This person asks, can your wholesale suppliers ship direct to FBA? Yeah, absolutely. I'd say at this point, 95% of our orders are going directly from our suppliers to FBA.
Yep.
So a lot of suppliers will do that for you.
But cannot list anything. Any suggestions? Chris, see if it's making you apply it again, or see like what's the reasoning it's not letting you list. What are they saying? Any tips to get 100K in funding? Honestly, the Amex Plum, if you have it for like 6 months, it's probably gonna flex up to get that. Honestly.
Yeah.
So somebody asked earlier about Amazon order confirmations to get ungated. They said that they're getting turned down a lot on those. Is Amazon still accepting those for ungating, like Amazon order confirmations?
Yeah, it's normal to get declined. Yeah, it's normal to get declined. Yeah. The Adidas fiasco like caused everyone to forget how to do it. Like I got dudes who did 100K in fucking December asking me. I'm like, brother, like you're rich. Like you're rich. Why are you asking me this? Like, you know.
Jordan said, have you all ever went all in on one product hoping you'll get your ROI? When you say all in, what do you mean by that? Like
In the early days, 100%.
Oh, I've definitely had the house on the line over.
I mean, in the early days, like, I mean, Miles, our businesses were super small, and those Flobies, every single cent to our names.
Yeah,
we were pulling out the debit card. We were pulling out the
getting as many as you can get.
Yeah.
we were
But
pulling
no,
out the personal credit card, the debit card, every
Yeah.
dollar.
Yeah, I mean, no, not one item though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Jordan, you'll be selling a lot of different stuff, man. You know what I mean? Like, you'll have a lot of different products at the same time. And the cool thing is, like, I think it's misconstrued the way that you actually grow this thing really quick. Like, it looks insanely risky to buy a ton of different products, but like the people who really rip it quick are just FDM and like a couple ASINs to the moon, honestly. Like that's really all it is.
But early on, right, how do you understand what works and what doesn't? By experimenting a whole lot of stuff, right? As a new seller in your first couple of weeks, you should be doing a couple units of as many as possible, right? Ideally merchant fulfilling, right? Because you lower your risk tolerance, you spread really thin and diversify across a whole bunch of stuff. And then what do you learn? Oh, this product sold a couple times, a couple of days. Let me get 5 more of those. This one sold a couple times, a couple of days. Let me get 10 of those. This one, not so much over a couple of weeks. Maybe I look to either return it, maybe sell it on Facebook Marketplace, eBay. You don't have to deal with the permanence of like sending stuff into FBA, which again, without the confidence, without the knowledge and experience of Amazon, that helps a bunch.
Yeah. The sriracha shortage of a couple of weeks ago was pretty jumping. Yeah.
So this guy asked this a couple times. He said, if I find 100 small brands, how many should I reach out to per day? Like if you're doing wholesale. So, I mean, I recommend you don't need to do like 20 or 30 per day. If you've got 100 already that you've identified, reach out to, let's say 15 to 20 per day over the course of 5 days, but keep finding more brands while you're doing that. So that way, you know, as you're following up with those that you've reached out to, you've got a fresh pipeline.
Definitely. The quality of that outreach is super important too. Like if you're just sending out like one email and it's like not very like it's not going to work. But if you say like go to a trade show and approach these brands in person, you can have a much higher chance of being successful.
Sawyer, should I go to the pizza place for dinner tonight?
Yes. I've been thinking about
We
that.
got
the one that we go to.
Yeah, the one that we go to.
The only one that I get to when I come down there.
Corey's the type of dude to name drop on stream.
Well, that's what I was trying not to do.
Yeah. So Sawyer, I was there the other night, and I rock up solo mission. So I think it was Sunday night at like 8:00. So I rock up solo mission. I sit next to this dude that's solo missioning too. And he starts talking to me and he ends up moving to my table and we end up eating together for like an hour and a half.
Serious?
That's awesome.
The guy next to us ended up eating with us too. So like we all ate together basically.
That's wild.
Yeah, he actually he emailed me too. He was a veterinarian from Austin, Texas. He was cool as hell. But yeah, he knew I was up to something. He could tell I was burning bright, you know. Yeah. So it's cool.
Peabody in the cut.
Yeah, it's a good vibe. What we should start doing is I have this idea. We should get it scheduled in once a week, like Tuesday nights or something like that, and call it Amazon Seller Hot Seat, where we go on Instagram Live and people come up and ask questions.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That'd be sick.
Yeah. Like something like Tuesday night at 8:00 or Tuesday night at 9:00 or something like that. I've tried 2 invoices for regating. Yeah, I mean, it's just like you don't need to. You should just be trying one and just submitting it a shitload. You know what I mean? Like the answer to every ungating question is buy 10 from a big website. The bigger the website, the more it works. But like any brand website, any retailer you've heard of, all that stuff works. They're going to decline you a couple times. It's not a problem. It's just how it works, right? Trust us, talking heads on the internet. We have no incentive to lie to you, and we'll take care of you.
Corey really is the grandpa.
Are you 27?
I'm 20. Yeah. Oh, are you asking Garrett?
Well, that's who Garrett is, yeah.
I couldn't. I thought I heard of Corey.
Adidas re-ungate screwing everyone. No, just get it done again, man. That's good. Like, you've seen how that's destroyed people's brains the past week.
Corey, what are you, 25, 26?
29.
20. Oh, he's an old body.
Yeah. I just turned 29 like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, wait. Oh,
y'all knew I was.
Wait, I super did not know that. I had no idea. I would have guessed.
You knew that.
I was going to guess 28.
We've talked about this multiple times.
If you gave me if you gave me a 25.5 over under, I would have hit the under 100%.
I'll take it. That's wild though. I feel like I definitely don't look.
What would you have done, Miles? You would have hit the over?
I'll go 26 to 29. Yeah, something like that. I mean, bro, we're going to get him down to 24 in like a year of good sun maxing. Like, bro, if you moved to Miami, he'd be at 24 tomorrow.
The question is, once you go down to Florida, do we think the hair is going to drop down a bit back to previous form? Is that in the water? Is that capable? Is that a capability of the
we're hitting the 15,000 steps a day, the sun maxing, the feeling.
Oh, I've been getting the 15,000 steps a day.
The feeling inferior due to seeing dudes driving Lambos around. Yeah, lights a fire inside you. It's gonna take another week. I got denied today. Yes, but it's completely normal to get denied. Like it's like we're gonna keep telling you guys that's the way to do it. You know, like it's. I wish it wasn't a weird random system like that, but that's just the way it is. You can see that as an empowering thing, considering lots of people complain about it. If you don't complain about it, you'll make a bunch of money, or you can see it as a problem. It's up to you.
And honestly, cancellations are that should be the same exact mentality. A lot of people will see a cancellation as a dead end, right? As a means to pivot to something completely new. However, if we just shift that mentality just a bit, rewire it just a bit, well, now the question is, okay, how can I get past it, right? What can I do to authenticate the order, right? And to make sure that my order is going through, right? Because now we have a competitive advantage, not a hurdle, right? Not a dead end. And that makes a big difference in terms of like scaling away. The ease of purchase piece, that you have a site that you can order essentially whenever you want, however many you want, that's just as valuable almost as the product itself.
Are the leads from Fiverr gigs worth it? If you're asking that question, probably not. There might be some dogs on Fiverr, but everyone else is getting them too, you know? I'm going to make a video.
I would think those would get super saturated.
I
They're selling them on Fiverr. Like there's a lot of people buying them.
Yeah. I got dibs on the I paid Fiverr to source online arbitrage products for me video. Got major. I might make that tomorrow afternoon, actually.
Do you have to get approval for everything you sell that isn't made by you? No, most stuff is auto ungate, or it's just not even gated at all. It's usually only like the huge brands like Nike, Adidas, like stuff like that that's gonna be gated. Jules, what's up, my man? Wait, you guys know I linked up with Jules a couple weeks ago, right?
IRL, yes,
we
sir.
saw the pics, yeah.
It's on the flicks, yeah. That's a vibe. Pretty said, Jules, let me hold $1. Yeah, but the wedding shit's gonna be popping. Corey, are you flying into Philadelphia?
Yeah, Philly.
I assume you're probably flying in Saturday morning, leaving Saturday night.
No, Friday night. Flying in Friday, I think like early evening, and then leaving Sunday.
Dude, I didn't know Danny's coming back
10 or
tomorrow.
11.
Fuck, you're right. Yes. Fuck, it's gonna be so boring the next week in Miami. Fuck. Yeah, you're right. It's gonna be so boring. This is okay, that's an interesting take there. Okay. Appreciate you, Jules. Appreciate you. Yeah. Yep. Corey, don't you look like Mark Zuckerberg? Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We've heard that before.
We've heard that one many times.
Facts. Yeah, it said hit my stripe. Low key, man. Low key. Absolutely indeed. What do I do to actually get started? Yeah, so here's what you need. Amazon Seller Central account, keep a subscription, SellerAmp subscription. You get a free trial on selleramp.com. Go out to your local retail stores and start scanning stuff.
Miles hit my stripe.
Yeah, that was a good banter. Last night I was comparing your interesting take, isn't it? Damn, bro's chirping. Interesting. Let's see. Okay, it's an interesting take there. Interesting take indeed.
Are you playing ball tonight, Miles?
No. I played Sunday. Say Thursday.
You have coaching tonight, yeah.
Sunday, Monday. No. You play basketball on the coaching days. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what days do you have your calls? Sundays?
Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Last night's call was fire.
Yeah. Really? Post the recording then. Yeah. What were you spinning game on, G-Body Vens?
What was I spitting game on?
I think it was recently sold out listings, right?
No, that was 2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got to get those posted. Yeah. For anyone who's curious, basically, G-Body Vens helped out with the call for my coaching guys Wednesday nights. Do you have any specific process for what you do when Amazon sets competitive price really low? You completely disregard it and keep going with your life. Don't worry about what they say in regards to competitive price. Either I panic or hold so long and lose out on an opportunity to get rid of it. Yeah, dude, you don't need to change it. Flips look like, all right, let's see. Bezos started balding when he was like 25. That's my dog, though. I'm not cooking it, but Bezos as a teenager. Damn, bro's got the Wi-Fi astronaut keyboard there.
Oh, that sounds so fun.
Okay, that's an insane take. Oh, actually, wait, all right.
Yeah, right there, yeah.
Wait, yeah. Yeah.
Is that the only picture that? Where he looks like that.
Oh.
Wait, did you guys see the picture Dan posted with Jeff Bezos edited in there?
No. Oh, it's of them at the club. Like
that was an ASIN. Yeah, it was so funny.
That is so funny.
I think it was 1,000 ASINs. It might have been one of them.
Yeah, I think. Or yeah, I saw him tagged in that today.
Miles type in.
Oh
Scott,
my God.
I've been Brian.
All right. Somebody asked, they said, do you think location of where you are will stop you? I know obviously if I'm in a bigger city, there'll be more stores and sales. So is it recommended to be more in a big city? My take on that is if you're doing online arbitrage, if you're doing wholesale, then where you're located doesn't matter. If you're trying to do retail arbitrage, then where you are definitely plays a factor. If you don't live around any big box retail stores, then you're going to be limited. So if you live in a smaller town, I would recommend doing online arbitrage or wholesale.
I mean, either way, you're probably going to progress towards that online arbitrage space anyways at some point, right? A lot of people use the RA as an entry point. So it's not necessarily hindering your business at all. Unless you're in Hawaii, which you're kind of shot.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, what location should I use if brands or distributors ask for my business address? So if you're using a prep center, right, you can use a prep center to prep products for you. You can use their address as the ship to, and then wherever your business is registered, that address, you'd use that address as the billing address, right? Yeah. So you always want to keep that billing address the same. It's just the ship to that will change depending on who's prepping your products.
And there was a brand, they told me, then we'll give you wholesale prices. Ask if they can do it without it, or see if you can get a relationship with the local retailer. New
question?
There was a brand of pizza jelly. Low-key could be immoral to sell that. That we'll give you wholesale prices if you have a brick and mortar. Lego, really? You got listed in the
pizza jelly. Interesting.
Oh boy. Okay, no one look at what Jules said.
What?
When trying to, is it a good idea to send picture inventory along with the repo receipt? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, any information you can give there is gonna help. Yeah. Let's see, like Melissa, you want to make it as easy as possible for them to be like, clearly this person bought there. If a brand is selling alone, is ungated, very high, unfortunately, man. Don't sell that stuff. Yeah, it's weird that they don't make it easy like that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm for those listings. Corey, what are you having for dinner tonight?
I think everyone's
like chicken souvlaki kebabs. You ever had that, like Mediterranean type chicken?
Yeah,
so good.
Is wifey cooking?
Huh? Yeah. Or we kind of both are, but it's a group effort.
Is she ready for her debut?
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's looking forward to it.
We should get her on. We should get her on a stream before.
Ooh,
she would not like that. She would actually hate that.
Low key.
She'd be like, "You do it, and I'm gonna sit on the side."
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah, it's not. No, like if it's being only sold by the brand, like most things that are only sold by the brand are actually going to be ungated because they don't care. Like they never set up the whole gating thing. List at a higher price and make money. Do you know what I said to her? I know it's not possible. Wait, no. You can't come in with that attitude, though. Why would be beating this price? Seems like such a great deal. Check if there's actual sales history, though. You know. Also, bro invented new emojis, I think, as well.
Yeah.
You ever seen that emoji before?
Custom emojis.
Yeah, I've never seen those. He's been using a couple like that. Melissa, I'm in Charlotte.
When's closing? Do you have it yet?
On what?
On the Chad house.
Oh, so yeah, it hasn't even started being built yet. So probably September.
Oh, so you still got time. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
What's the lowest estimated sales per month? I'm more of a sales rank guy, honestly, but right around 100 is where you want to be prime minimum. Unless like the Kiva chart looks really good. But
I was gonna say for me, it all depends on the ASP. We have stuff that only sells like 5 to 10 times a month, but it is $1,000 sale price, so it's makes sense.
You print the wealth, you Chad print the wealth.
Yeah, it's totally about just like the monthly profit, right?
Yep.
So that lower volume stuff that sells for a higher price can be totally worth it.
Yeah.
Wait, Sawyer.
Yep.
Was it you like probably 4 years ago that cranked your Tesla into a tree?
No, that was not me. That was someone else.
That Miles. Someone put a video of someone in the chat. Do you remember that? This was like probably Danny, you, me, maybe Jake.
No, because I got my Tesla like probably 2 years ago.
I thought it was Sawyer. I don't remember.
Sawyer? Oh, yeah, no, I don't think so. I do remember that though. I have no idea who it was though.
I feel like I know what you're talking about too. I was the one who posted.
Well,
the
you
video
probably,
on
if
Twitter
Jake got the
of all
video, you probably would have
shoes.
gotten the video too.
Yeah, I was the one who posted the video of the shoes flying out the back of my trunk and it just being all over the road. That one popped off. You haven't seen that, Miles?
No. Link.
Bet.
I can hear it from his closet. But he doesn't say that we don't guarantee that invoice works on Amazon, which I do. Buy 10 of them directly from the brand website. Get ungated using that. Okay,
this is a good question here. So he said, how many times do you call a brand or a distributor until it's borderline harassment? So the thing is until they tell you to stop.
They thought they got me.
I was waiting for that. So
Wait,
if they
gone, do we just start playing music on his channel to get it copyrighted?
Yeah.
Sorry, go Corey.
So yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought. Basically, whenever they ask you to stop contacting them is when you stop contacting them. If they never tell you that, which most of them never will, then you keep reaching out, but you just don't pester them, but be persistent, once a month, once every couple of months, depending on the nature of the situation.
Wait, Sawyer, private chat it so I can view it. I can view it.
But the thing is, like, every time you call a distributor, you should be learning something more about their situation, whether it be, their favorite sports teams, their kids, right? Because you can use that as ammo moving forward every single call, right? Because say you're calling a distributor, right? And you reference maybe the Yankee game last night. Well, you're instantly going to lower that barrier of entry. You're instantly going to lower that.
So I was driving past that and the trunk was like slightly open. I accelerated. It all flew out the back. I had to do a U-turn. That's my employee's car that's pulled over up there. And luckily the UPS guy like pulled up right behind me and blocked the lane so we could like get everything out of the road. He was like, "Oh, you're the only kid I know who would have that many shoes." So he pulled up.
Wait, so those were your team?
Those were all Converse platforms.
Oh, the UPS guy knew you too. The UPS guy was literally driving by and looks out his window and is like, "That's Sawyer. Better help him out." That's insane.
It was like 60 pairs there. Most of them were just like trash. But I don't know if it's in that video or not, but people stopped and literally just like got out and started stealing them.
Bro, stealing them? What? That's
it was like a little ass kid who grabbed like 4 pairs. I'm like, bro, what is going on?
That's crazy.
Did you say it was on a highway or just like a residential road?
It's like so I was driving the whole way on a residential road, fine, and I'm turning left on like a 2-lane on each side type of road. It's like a 45 speed limit, so it's like a decently big road there. It just all flew out the back as soon as I turned.
Dude, you need to put that back on Twitter like now.
Yeah,
that would pop off so heavy.
Yeah, that's a good idea of doing it.
Question for all of you: what's the reason you guys give away all the secret? I know obviously you all love to help people, but if everyone gives away the secrets, because I mean it just comes back 10 times more than we put out, right? We meet people like obviously Miles, Corey, and Dylan. The more I put out, the more people that are like-minded that I'll be attracted to, that I can consider in my inner circle. And it's just a lot of accumulation of a lot of content going out, content coming back. Obviously, a lot of it's monetized as well, which helps. But there's a bunch of stuff that's involved.
And so I have 2 responses to that, right? There's 2 million total brands on Amazon and more jumping on the platform every day. So realistically, you're never going to run out of brands to sell an opportunity. The other thing, I learned this stat the other day. I think at one point there was 3,000 new Amazon seller accounts created every single day. And the statistic is that after 6 months, 90% of those sellers have quit, right? Wow. So only 10% of sellers last past 6 months. So realistically, there's just a very small amount of people that end up learning from us, growing their business and then competing with us. Realistically, it's the opposite, right?
Yeah, and I want to find people that also relentlessly want to get rich, and it's insanely hard to do that in small towns. So we have to take to the internet.
Yeah, that's the most fluent way to put it.
What do you guys think about trading/sharing leads with other sellers? It's the only thing that actually grows the business fast. The only thing, right? And that if you only ever do everything on your own, you'll make a lot more mistakes. You'll waste a ton of time and money, and you'll have a lot less fun than us who are all doing it together and grinding and solving these problems together. Don't be a quitter. Exactly. Yeah. Like if you stick around there's $1 billion trash pickup companies, you know what I mean? Like everything works if you stick around. Most people opportunity hop every 3 months and then they have to work a job for 40 years because they blame the business model and not themselves.
Dude, that is so true. And that makes me think of a guy I was talking to the other day. He was doing options trading, and then he was doing drop shipping, and then he was trying to do real estate, and now he's trying to do Amazon. It's like, dude, you gotta, all of those things work, but like just focus on that was the advice I gave him. Like, just focus on one of those things and make it work, right?
Now the cool thing is, if that guy sticks with it, something is going to click, right?
Totally.
But the key is typically it's not finding the right opportunity; it's taking the time to make the opportunity right.
Yep.
And specific to the Amazon space, right? If you just simply stay in the industry long enough, you'll hit enough singles where you'll stumble on that home run, right? You'll stumble on that grand slam. Maybe it's the Floby of a couple of years ago. Maybe it's the Chlorine or the Pools, right? Or the Stanleys. There's going to be so many opportunities that pop up that you can double, triple down that you may be able to make 10, 20, 30 racks off of that make a lot of the other parts of the year worth it, right? If you hit enough singles, you just keep your at bat going and you're inevitably going to stumble across something that makes you a lot of money.
Facts. And appreciate y'all rocking with us too. Like, you guys make it worth it to do this. Like, obviously we're very lucky, we make money, right, with like Seller Amp and our content, stuff like that, but you guys make it possible, right? And the cool thing about business is that if we help you guys, like, we get what we want too. Like, it's a synonymous relationship, and that, like, if I make you good at selling on Amazon, you'll use Seller Amp for a while, ideally, right? So like, that's why we put time into this kind of stuff. And because back in the day, people did it for us too, and that made it a hell of a lot easier. And sports betting only when it's a lock. Okay.
Which is every time, right?
Every time.
Every time with Pete's picks.
Pete made like $1,000 when we were down in Florida, just off UConn alone.
That was barely even Florida though. I mean, sorry, these guys were staying like an hour and a half away from Brick.
That's
why? Why were they staying so far away?
Because it looked close on the map.
Dude.
No.
All right, we need the exact neighborhood. Where were you staying at?
It was Hollywood.
Oh, that's far.
Yeah,
so a couple of
numbers at 5 p.m. on a Friday night. Run the numbers.
Yeah, it was super not that close, especially during rush hour. But you also have to understand that we were looking at the map from across the country, and this was like very.
You've been here before. Like, I've been to Hollywood with you. Like making Phillips purchase, exactly. I will say Garrett picked.
I definitely did.
Okay. Makes sense. And then
it's probably cheap too.
You take the Spirit flight into Fort Lauderdale, right? What was the first product you sold? Yes, I sold a book I got for free for like $13, and then the fourth book I ever sold was for $86 that I got for free. Yeah. By the way, speaking of that, yeah, Perry Coughlin's BBB episode was fire. That's a great guy. Yeah.
Did y'all just do one with him recently?
Yeah. So Chris, and then we did him probably 4 days ago. Both those are live, by the way, too. We just did the other Chris as well too. He was a great guy. Sent the ASIN and I bought it. What the hell do you want? Low key. We did Chad scale Moxies though. Thanks to Uncle Flips, as always, Dude, so the guy Elijah we had on our podcast, FBA Elijah?
Yeah.
So it's like his wife's stepmom is the aunt of one of my coaching guys, and they didn't even know it till like today.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
That is wild.
So they like had followed each other and didn't know that the dude's
they were
wife,
related.
The dude's stepmom is his aunt.
That is crazy.
Right? They knew each other through Amazon, but didn't because they had never met in person.
Elijah's such a good dude.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Well, BBB closing in on BBB actually, let's see, how many downloads are we getting a day? Let's see, 4,000 divided by 7. Corey, how many podcasts how many downloads do your podcast get a day?
Like basically 100 a day, I think.
Okay, cool. All right.
Let me actually look. I haven't looked in a minute.
So we're averaging about 600 a day. And so that means on Sunday, we're going to hit 400,000 lifetime downloads.
Damn, that's sick. Yeah, I'm at 33.1K lifetime.
Okay, cool. So you got some work to do, as do we, for sure. Literally is a family. Yep. Spot on, SD. Spot on. Yep. What do you do when a brand sends cease and desist letters? Yes. So you need to carefully look on those ASINs of that brand and see if people are getting kicked off. Typically, it's not a problem if it doesn't show in your Amazon account health. However, it is on you to do your due diligence and look into those brands and see if sellers are or are not getting kicked off those listings, because those letters could be a scam.
Miles, say do your due diligence 5 times fast.
Do your due diligence, do your due diligence, do your due diligence, do your due diligence, do your due diligence.
I feel like that wasn't very fast.
That was
Not fast enough.
Sawyer, let's hear it. Sawyer, let's hear it.
Do your due diligence, do your due diligence, do your due diligence, do your due diligence, do your due diligence.
That was pretty good.
Corey, you're up.
Do your due diligence, do your due diligence, do your due diligence, do your due diligence, do your due diligence.
All right.
That's
Family, I'm gonna go get some pizza. Everyone be great. So we're gonna be on Instagram live later tonight. Me, Parker, Pete, and Aaron from last night. So make sure you're following me on Instagram. Make sure you're following all these guys on their socials as well, and we'll be on there. If you're interested in formal help or anything along those lines, I'll drop the coaching program link in the chat, as well as there's a bunch of good free resources in the chat too, and the description and such. Love you guys. Have a great night. 9 p.m. Eastern, right after the 8 p.m. coaching call. We'll be tapped in with the gang and such right there. Be great. See you Stallions later.
See you guys.
See you guys.